if I'm facing a situation, crying, after crying, what happened?
If I have a friend or a man that is around my wife and I found myself questioning if that man can steal my wife, then there's a problem with my relationship with my wife.
You're going to compare your man from his behavior to his physical attributes with each and every one.
This is also why sometimes we don't understand women, because we are like, yes, you are crying, you are doing all that, so what now?
Hi friends, welcome to this new episode of Breaking Boundaries. So today we decide to do a continuation of the previous episode you like so much. So you asked for a different perspective. So we are going to show you the same topic, but from a man's perspective. So we are going to talk about relationships. Now, the women, as men, we are going to try to answer and give our perspective on relationship. So for this episode, we still have
Kenzie,
the great guest, Kenzie.
Yes.
Very entertaining. You're going to love
Hopefully.
this. And my good friend, Raoul.
Hi.
So, okay, I'll start with a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because that question came a lot in the comments of the previous episode. So I want to ask you, what do you want from men? What do you want from us?
In case you all didn't listen to the previous episode, I said a lot.
Yeah.
Towards the end, that's when we came to a cohesion, when I could finally explain what I wanted in a man. But just summary, what I said I want in a man, I will not be submissive, but I will be respective, because I separate those two. You can listen further in the previous episode and understand how I separate those two. I need a man who respects me, listens to me, loves me and my family as well. A man with morals, ambitions, goals, dreams, right? A man with self-drive as well, because self-drive is important. I don't want somebody who's just stuck. Yeah, but that's me. That's me. It's different for any other women. Like we found out in the previous episode, my type of happy is different. It's Kenzie kind of happy. It's
Kenzie happy.
Yeah, it's Kenzie kind of happy. I build it brick by brick.
Oh, yeah. For sure, I wish you a happy ending.
Amen. Thank you. And like I said,
I know women love happy endings.
Yeah, I called out the person who I want at the end of the episode. So just go and listen, because if you're that person, holla at me. But today, today I'm not attacking them. You guys, do you know how much they attacked me in the previous episode?
We were not attacking. We were just communicating.
I was attacked, put in a corner, and they made me answer questions that I wasn't willing to answer out loud, because now somebody will pretend to be my perfect man. But now it's my chance. Us as women, we finally get to know questions we've been asking for years in our brains. And now I want to ask you both. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I hope you are.
I was born ready.
You're born ready. Yeah. Kicking us off, my first question would be very obvious. Of course, I know somebody's already thought about it. Why do guys cheat?
Okay.
Why do they do that?
You want to start?
Whoever's laughing most, he's starting. Raoul,
why do you feel?
Why do you feel men cheat? Have you?
What do you call what is cheating for you?
What do you mean, what is cheating?
Just to
that's a
clarify,
good question,
to make sure that we are on the
same level. Yeah.
Okay. The female aspect of cheating is we are together, we are exclusive, and then you go on ahead and have relations with somebody else. That is cheating.
Okay.
So, have you? Yes or no?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes, I am. Is it a yes or no?
No.
Okay, Anthony.
Why is your nose growing as you say that?
Pinocchio moment. Anthony, have you? Yes or no?
No.
In both your lifetimes, you've never?
For sure, yeah.
Okay,
no.
so why do you think your fellow men cheat then?
Let's start. Before I continue, I explain why I say no. By cheating, you means you and your partner, you agree on something.
You're exclusive. You're clearly together.
Okay. So you agree on how your relationship should work. And then you go behind your partner's back and then you do something. Right? And then you come and lie to your partner. That's cheating, right?
Yes, including having relations with another person. Don't try add that in there. Yes.
Okay.
That is cheating.
If that's the definition, well, no, I've never cheated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But what's your definition of cheating then?
That's my definition. I just wanted us to agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So why do you think men cheat? Because it happens a lot.
Yeah, but women too.
No.
Women-
Statistics show
statistically for sure.
men
Yeah, for sure.
cheat more than women do.
Yeah, for sure.
Depend.
Depends on what.
In order to have your statistic,
Yeah.
men get caught way more than women, right?
Can't deny that. It's hard to deny that.
So we can say that men are less smarter on that field than women because we don't know.
So you're trying to say that we are smart, we cheat because we are smart, you get caught, and that's
You're
why
able
the
to hide
statistics
your
are
way.
high. And that's why
Our statistics are high because you're not able to hide.
Now, but what was the reason behind the cheating in the first place?
I think that depends. I'm not going to speak for those people, but
Those people that are not you, for sure.
That they're not Raoul in any way.
in any
Could
shape or
never
form.
be.
Could never. Right?
yeah, of course.
Okay, so what are these hypothetical men that are not Raoul doing?
Maybe they feel like they are not happy in their relationship anymore. They are not satisfied, and they feel like they are not able to be themselves with their partner. I think that this is one of the biggest reason, because when you are talking with men, the way that the way men thinks is very different from the perspective of women.
True.
And we are in a society where we kind of feel we are kind of ashamed because we are thinking that way. So I think that will push some men to try to be themselves, like behind the when the lights are off. So I think that if we were able to have like a honest decision without like sending rocks to the other part, we'll be able to have like a society where people are more honest and open.
Do you think that's it?
When you say, I want to make sure I understand first. So when you say men cannot be themselves, what are men? Like, what is it about men that they cannot be around their women?
We are talking about the men who are cheating, right?
No, not Raoul. It's those men.
Kenzie is ready for you.
Not Raoul, it's those men.
Those men, maybe they are, let's say for example, those men, maybe they are interested to an open relationship, right?
Open on
Open on
one side,
agreement
on
or
one
open
side.
in your mind.
Now, open on one side. So that man can be with more than one woman.
Yeah, but my question is, if the reason is that, or the reason is they were bored, why not break up with your current
because
girlfriend
they
in the
still
first
love
place?
them, the girlfriend. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying, right?
So you're bored, but you love them,
It's
so
not
you
bored.
cheat.
No.
No. Okay, I understand why you're saying that, because according to what you said, Raoul, men cheat because they are not happy in their current relationship.
It's a possible reason. That's not the only reason.
Okay,
Yes. This is a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what do you think is the biggest reason?
I don't know. It depends.
Is it that they just can't be honest with their
I think that the
partner?
biggest reason is because men are, I don't know if it's by design, but men tend to be interested. Men tend to be like, how do you call that? Hunters.
So it's hunters and gatherers now. Oh,
No, he means just men love diversity by
Yeah.
nature.
There's no way you can dig yourselves out of this hole, because I don't understand how you tell me that, yes, there's something you're lacking in a relationship. That's why you cheated, perhaps. So why not break up with this
That's
person?
not what I said.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
him.
no.
Or maybe this person, yes, is open to an open relationship. You know, when you're open to an open relationship and you have discussed it with your partner, that's not cheating.
But let me clarify.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
if
I
it was in your head
saying,
that
Exactly, but maybe this can be true for men or women. But maybe your partner, you feel like your partner, you are not able to be honest with your partner on that field.
because she's not going to accept you.
Exactly, she won't be okay with that, and you want to stay with that person.
So you lie.
Yeah.
Men
I think
are,
that's why humans lie.
now your
Not
biggest
just
flaw,
women.
your biggest flaw as men is that you do not communicate. You do not communicate.
Or you don't understand.
Nah.
Or you don't listen. Sorry.
No,
You don't communicate or you don't listen. Because I think that men communicate.
Now,
Yeah.
men, there are most
Well,
men.
it
Let me
depends.
just paraphrase. Most men do not
Yeah.
communicate what they want. Let's say the situation that he has said,
Yeah.
especially with the open marriage part or
Yeah.
maybe open relationship part, you find
On
that
one end.
on one end,
Yeah,
even
on
if
one
it's
end.
both ends or one end, you'll find that yes, I'm the one who wants to suggest it as the man, but
Yeah.
what will my wife or partner think of me? Do they think that I'm planning to cheat? Will they think that this is an open door? Or maybe perhaps they'll take it as an open door for them to do the same.
Yeah.
So you find they're like, you know what? I'd rather just cheat.
But
rather than saying it.
realistically, how do you think women will react if a man went to a woman with such a proposition?
Now, for me, I would have taken
no,
it positively.
I know that you are a very special woman. I'm talking how will women in general.
Your
In
fellow
general,
woman.
we are not understanding.
Exactly.
So,
So the point is
we
not that
are-
you are not communicating, you are not listening.
Especially the fact that if before we became together, the courtship times when we went on few dates, before we put a label on this, if you never suggested it during that time, if you never even threw out hints that this was a thing you would have wanted to do, we would have thought that, oh, he wants to cheat. That's why
Yeah.
he's suggesting this. You see?
Yeah. But like he says, something like it's hard for a man to come and say, okay, me, I want to have like an open relationship with you. In most societies, very hard for a man to do that, especially in one side, because I'm pretty sure that most of the men are not open for her partner to be open to, right? They want that to be exclusive for them, but they want the possibility to get more than one woman. So I think that if you are able to have an environment where everyone is free and able to communicate freely, a lot of women will hear the truth. But I think that they know the truth, they just don't want to understand or to listen.
What is the truth? That men love multiple women, right?
They like to multitask.
With
Most-
women only.
Most
Because mostly men are not mostly good at multitasking. That's why they get caught.
That's why they get caught.
Biologically, you're not made to use both brain sides. You're made to use one. That's what I was taught on biology. Men use only one side of their brain,
I don't
so they
agree.
cannot be calculative. That's why you get caught.
I don't
Women we
agree
use
with
both
that,
sides
but
of our
yeah, I
brain. That's why
understand.
we don't get caught as much. Or even sometimes, like let's say for the case of women, you'll find that most women say, "Oh, I cheated because it was lust at that moment." It wasn't even emotional.
Is it really true?
Yeah, most of them say that.
That's
But
what they
is it
say.
true?
Now, I don't know. I've never asked, but you'll find somebody will say, "Oh yes, I cheated because last at that moment."
But you
Or,
as a woman, do you believe in that answer?
yes, I do. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you can just meet somebody and then you're like, you know what? Why not?
No. You in your
And then-
case, you told us that you don't really believe in that type of love where you
Yeah,
are.
no.
really
Here, there's no emotions.
It's just physical.
Lust, physical.
Yes,
lust.
exactly,
There is
but-
no
but
emotions. I
can
don't
you-
love you. Mind, don't even know your name.
But for you, as a woman,
Uh-huh.
if you are in love with someone else, like deep in love with someone else, can you really have like that type of non-emotional relationship with another man?
The black cat guy
yeah,
is watching, so be careful.
Do not. This is not me speaking. I'm just speaking in a general
Yeah.
context.
Yes,
But
it's
it
not
can.
you.
It's
I've
not
never
me.
done
Yeah,
that.
Could never be
yeah,
Ken.
of course.
Of course.
We know
Never
you.
be
We are
Ken.
all saints here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're all children of Christ here. Yes, it happens that sometimes, yes, it could happen. There's no emotion space there. Maybe this person just happened to be there. Maybe it was just a spur of the moment. But you'll find for most women, if you had somebody, a partner that you actually really, really, really loved, and then you did this, you'd end up feel guilty. Really guilty. It would eat you up alive. It's not like that just casual dating. No, like this is the love of your life, and then you did this. Sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I did the worst thing. This is like the biggest betrayal I could ever do. And your body is aching to tell them the truth. I've also met guys who are like that. They just have a spur of a moment with a lady. It's never happened before. And then now it eats them up alive. They're like,
Yeah.
I have to tell my partner what I did. This is very unforgivable. You'll find it happens. Sometimes I think it depends with the emotions of somebody.
But for a woman who is really in love, like you said, what are the probability that she end up find herself in
such a situation.
in someone else. But
Oh, for that, I've always found out that there's an emotional gap that's happening in her life. Let's say, for
with the
example,
older-
with your actual partner.
so that means that she's
Let's say,
She's
no,
moving.
we don't think, women think emotionally, not mentally. Let's say, for
Yes,
example,
exactly.
I'm with Anthony, right?
Mhm.
And then we were happy for like 15 years. And then something in Anthony's behavior starts changing,
Mhm.
right? And it was something that I loved about him.
Yeah.
And then you come along, and then that quality now is in you. Now, for some reason, I'm drawn
So
to you.
so-
It's
so-
not like I don't love him anymore,
Yeah.
but there's that quality that was in him that now I see it in you. And then somehow it
Yeah,
happens.
it happens.
Now, when that happens, it's like your brain now snaps back.
Exactly.
You're like, what did I do? This is a
Okay.
person that I loved.
So usually for women to cheat, they need to be lacking something in their men relationship.
Exactly.
That's-
It's not just...
That's okay. That's one of the differences.
yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
the reason. It's not like
Yeah.
a major, but most of them, it's like they lacked something. That's why.
But that's
I
why
did
men
this.
don't forgive.
Who told you? Sometimes.
Yeah,
will
yeah,
happen.
yeah. I'm not talking
Sometimes,
for everyone.
yeah.
I mean, that's why it's hard for a man to forgive that situation, because he's gonna feel like, okay, if she decide to go with this man,
Mhm.
that means that
she's not completely happy with me.
yes, something is missing. Maybe it's my fault or maybe it's her fault, but something is missing, right?
Yeah.
But for men, it's not the case, because those people are acting like dogs. I'm sorry.
Not you. Those people that are not you.
That are not
No.
you, that are not Raoul, are acting like dogs. Okay.
I saw that on YouTube.
It was a tutorial.
Yeah, National Geography.
How to cheat.
How to cheat.
No, why?
A tutorial. Why not to
How
cheat?
to successfully cheat.
A tutorial.
That's why they get caught.
Yeah. But you'll find also the same way you're saying that men have
Yeah.
reasons, women have reasons as well. Sometimes we can be petty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we cheat because we are petty.
Yeah.
But that happens mostly when you're not married. You're just dating, girlfriend,
Yeah,
boyfriend. You haven't put a label on it, or you have, and then you're showing another girl attention more than us. I get petty. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm going for your brother. As a matter of fact, I'm even going for your father. You know, you just get petty. So
Yeah.
you outsource something that will hurt him most, like his best friend, or even
Yeah.
an enemy, somebody he loathes. You're like, that's a person. Sometimes you just find yourself demons speaking to you, and then you're like, you know what? I'm answering the spirits and I'm doing this. And then you have no regrets. Sometimes you do have regrets. I honestly think men have zero regrets in most cases. Because I've met guys like that.
Mm.
You've dated your girl for like 4 years. You've been with this fling for like 2 years. Even if you break up with your chick, you're still following your fling.
Mm.
And they have zero regrets.
You know why?
I don't know. That's what
They
something I've
didn't
never
tell you.
understood. No, I've
You
never
didn't-
asked.
You didn't ask.
I didn't ask because men are natural born liars.
That's not true. That's not true. You know why I think it's not true?
Uh-huh.
I think it's because men just adapt to whatever the woman wants.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most women, they don't like reality. They like to be told lies.
Mm-hmm.
So men, because they want to get laid, they will lie. But it's
Yeah.
not because they like lying. It's just because they feel like I have to lie to get what I want.
They need to
However,
Mm-hmm.
women, so men, you will see they mostly lie when they have to. Women lie even when they don't have to. Let me give you an example. You will see a woman with her friend.
Mm-hmm.
Her friend dressed, she doesn't look good at all. She go, you're so beautiful.
Guys, you're
You're
so
so
pretty."
cute.
We have been
Then
exposed.
she will turn and say, she looks ugly. That's what men,
Yeah,
if
men
they
don't
go,
do that.
men, they don't do that.
That's different. That's being considerate.
That's
Nah.
not. That's just lying.
'Cause you're my girl, I will
then
not
men
say
are
you
also
look bad.
considerate with women. If you have to go to use your definition, then when you say that men lie, they are also being considerate.
Now, at least for mine, I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. I'm encouraging them. Yeah,
Why
like,
do you
"You're
not lie?
good."
Because they don't.
And
They want. They also they lie to their girlfriends. It's because they don't want to hurt their feelings.
Nah, but why? Why won't you just tell me the truth? Huh?
Because
Okay.
it's going
Let's
to
say
hurt
if
your
I
feelings.
come and then you tell me, Phyllis, we're going out on a date, we're going here, and then I say no, and then I say no, and then I say no, and then another guy comes and saying we're going to a date here, and then I agree because of the type of date he did. You want to tell me you'll come with the same approach and do the same type of date to somebody else? That's why guys sometimes have special places. I've had guys who have taken me let me take you to my special place. This is the only place.
Another
I
lie.
go. Exactly.
But
Huge lie.
why that guy is doing that? Why?
Because he
I
knows
go here.
It's a market.
Look how
I
you
go here
are.
alone.
Please put
And
butterfly
then-
on her head.
You see, you like the fact that he's
And
saying
then,
that.
I hate it.
He's not adapting to the market.
Because when you tell me, especially when you use that sentence on me, like, I'm going to take you to my special place. It's just my special place.
Yeah.
Automatically, like 5-6 other girls have heard the same thing and you've taken them to that same spot.
And they accepted, right?
They accepted, but I will
That's
not.
why he said that.
This is the
Now
market.
why are you accepting us to fall for your life?
Supply
Give
and
me an
demand.
excuse then.
I'm not saying
No,
he should say that.
supply and demand.
I'm not saying
Supply
and demand.
Supply
and demand.
Supply and
That's the
demand.
answer.
It's not drugs though. Nah.
That's true. But it's
Yeah,
true.
it's true.
The fact is that most women, they don't like the truth. That's why I feel like it's very important to have, as a woman, it's very important to have like a man who don't want to sleep with you in your life because he's
Yeah,
going to
it's-
tell you the truth.
Exactly.
Most men are not going to tell. Most men are going to lie to you because you don't want to hear it. That's why most
Yeah,
men
but
lie.
you know, let's say take it for my case. I'd
Yeah.
rather you just omit parts of the truth than lie plainly.
That's a
lie.
technical lie, but
no, let's
I
say,
understand
no,
it's a soft
no,
lie.
No, yes. Let's say for
You
example,
didn't ask.
Nah, leave alone that.
Ask.
Leave alone that. You know, there are some people who are professional liars. They make up stories.
But
You've
it's
never
true,
met
yeah.
somebody. I've met somebody who, like, they got cheated on. I remember I was watching it somewhere and they're in family court. And he said that he didn't know how the girl got in his bed. He just woke up. And he was right there. So I'm like, even if it's a lie, lie properly. Lie properly. Another one
That's
said,
another example of why men don't lie because they are not good at lying.
Yeah.
A woman you have not had that comment with.
That's
a
why
woman's
they,
lie.
they don't get
they're
caught.
bad lies. Because why would you tell me that? Another person said that, oh, these undies that you found in my car, oh, wait, I drove by a Drake concert and they just flew into my car. What do you mean? What do you mean they just flew into your car? Yes, it can happen. But why did it fly from a stadium inside and then just land in your car? You know, it's stupid question. Sometimes men lie very intentionally.
Yeah, that's
They
true. I
very,
agree.
very
I agree.
full-on lies. And
But
that's
why?
not-
Why?
I don't know. That's you to
I
tell
think-
me.
I
I do
think-
not know why you lie over and
I've-
over and over and over again. I'd rather you tell me part of the truth, hold this other part instead of making it
A blatant lie.
a blatant lie.
Yeah,
You know?
I think men lie for two reasons.
Uh-huh.
That's my opinion. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but that's my
We
opinion.
know that you don't do that.
Could never be him.
No,
Could never be Anthony.
you don't like.
I think men usually lie for two reasons,
Uh-huh.
right? First, because they feel like if I tell the truth, she'll go away.
Mhm.
So they have to lie to keep you, but they cannot deny their nature. So
Yeah.
they will try to lie, but also do what they want to do, right? That's the first reason. The second reason is because, in my opinion, most men don't have the character to own who they are.
Mhm.
So they cannot, like, I don't know how to say it in English.
Like they cannot own up to their own mistakes.
Exactly. Not even mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Because you said that men usually don't have remorse, right?
Yeah,
It's
most
because
of
it's
them.
not a mistake.
To them, they don't see it as a mistake.
Exactly.
No, they don't see that.
They don't see it as a mistake.
You just see it as
another
a-
reality check. You didn't know.
They see it as a reality.
Exactly. That's who
This
they
is
are.
how it's supposed to
But
be.
they know that you cannot handle who they are, so
Yeah.
they will lie to you.
But why
Right?
not
But they
tell
don't
me in
have
the beginning?
They don't have the. That's what I'm saying. They don't have the character strength. They don't have the internal strength to own who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So they will just cover it with lies.
Then how do you expect us as women or as your wives to trust you when this is
I agree.
Technically
I
what
agree.
you
If
do.
I was a woman and my man lied to me, it would be harder for me to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I'm not saying they are right for lying.
exactly?
I'm just giving the reasons I think most men lie.
Mhm.
First, because they think you cannot handle the truth. And second, because they don't have the character, the strength of character to actually own who they are.
But I
Yeah.
think the issue. I mean, I don't like too much the side of the character because most of them, we are in a society where it's kind of it's not safe to be who you are.
That's why I'm talking about strength. You
So-
need strength to stand out.
Yes, exactly. But that's why I want to see. in my case, I think that this is one reason. The same reason is because they think that it's not safe enough for them to tell you who they really are.
Yeah, I do get that.
You as a woman don't make it safe for the guy to tell you the truth.
I don't think it's the woman's
Not
fault.
even the woman per
Yeah,
se, even the society in general.
The society,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, because let's say, for example, you have a child
Yeah.
where that child, if they feel like, why are they going to lie to you? The parent will tell what? Don't lie to me because it's not that bad. I mean, you are going to be rewarded by telling the truth instead of lying.
Yeah.
So if you don't get any reward from lying, why are you going to lie? Like I say, it's the market, supply and demand. So if it's the men are feeling like, okay, it's okay, I can lose this girl,
Yeah.
but it's okay for me to be who I am, and all men are on the same level, I think that we will have less and less lie.
Yeah, but I've met some people who actually cheat or basically lie just because they can. It's who they are. They can't help it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you'll find-
yeah.
Yeah, you'll find
Yeah.
that.
But that's
yes,
not most men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
Even
3
women,
out
you
of
have-
10.
It's like
3
a
out of-
disease.
Yeah, 3 out
Yeah.
of 10. You'll find that yes, they have somebody they call their girl, their wife,
Yeah.
but they technically have them for selfish reasons. You
Yeah.
find, let's say
Yeah.
you had a nice time with this girl and you don't want any other person to have them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
Possessive,
lock,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
become possessive of them. But you still also want to eat here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still over here, you're still over there, you're still over here, you're still over
Yeah.
there. And everybody knows you're the type of person to go over here, to go over there,
Yeah.
to go over here.
Yeah.
And your girl is like, wait, but now I'm in love with him. He
Yeah.
could never do that. Could never be him. Could never be Raoul, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Never.
Raoul. Why?
Yeah. But also that brings me back to the point. Why do most men tend to settle when they're not ready? And then they change their minds.
I
down
think it's
the
the
road?
society.
I don't think it's that they are not ready. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, I would say it's the society, the pressure of the society. We have that for women too, because you have women who are getting engaged at 20, 21. They are pushed in the marriage. And then when they reach 25, they realize that, I think that we are having all those age for a reason. You are supposed to do certain type of things for a region. I'm not saying that if you are 30, you need to be married, but some people are not ready to commit, but the society will push them. Say, why are you not married yet? For example, we have many society where, as a woman, we don't care about what you do, your degree. If at the end of the day you are not married, you are worthless. You are hopeless. So the first, the priority of that woman will be to get married, even though it's at 16, because the society is giving a bigger value to that. So I think that we also, we have the same thing for men, because we say if you don't have a family, if you don't build a family, you are not a real man.
Is it same for you?
What?
The same concept of men don't tend to they tend to settle down when they're not ready just because the society pushed them into that direction.
Yeah, but I don't think you should, as a man, I don't think you should blame society. Because usually, how do you define a man? I will give a very strict definition. Like, the more of a man, the more we see someone as a man, the more we are going to say he has balls, right?
True.
Yeah.
Because balls is a symbol of courage, of having a spine, right? So to me, for a man who says that, oh, I'm like this because society made me, it means there's something you lack in your character. You should not let society dictate who you are. You should be who you are.
This is how it should be.
Yeah,
You
as
should
a
be
man,
able to-
right?
to
Yeah,
affirm
exactly.
yourself.
So the more you blame society, the more you're saying that you're a victim. And I don't believe in that mentality. So that's why I feel like, okay, society can contribute, but at the end of the day, it's also a bit of your fault. Yeah. So
Yeah. When I'm saying society, it's not like I'm trying to give them a reason.
yeah.
I'm more like why they end up there instead of they are using that as an excuse, because you have influence, education, pressure that people are getting from parents and all stuff. So yes, we should have a society where people are able to speak for themselves, to say what they want and how they want to live their life. But in most cases, it's not the reality for those people because they are getting that pressure, intense pressure from their family. And they are, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, I'm better just doing this so I can have peace. So now at the moment for that person, it's like noise or peace, and I don't want to turn my back to my family. So they just decide, okay, I'm just going to get I'm not saying that it's normal or
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah. But
that's the reality.
Yeah, in their head, I think this is how they run the math. Yes, they should have more courage, balls to say, no, this is where I stand. I don't want to do this. I want to go this way instead. Yeah. But in reality, it's not. Especially in Africa. Like, so the how you see your family, how you see your parents.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And speaking of both of you, as we segue into this, do you think it's okay for men to open up to their emotions and let them out? You know, I've met a lot of people who normally say, especially in the African setting, let alone the Western world, that men are not allowed to cry. Okay. There has been that situation. So you find men have a lot of mental health issues. They keep some things bottled up. Some people develop anger issues as well. Is it okay for a man to let the emotions out? Talk to somebody, be it your parents, be it your wife, be it your partner. Even if you're sad, are you allowed even to cry if somebody's saddening you?
But if you cry, they are going to say, why are you gay?
but the question that I have about the crying aspect, I'm like, letting your emotion, like expressing your emotion for men, I'm not sure that is necessarily by crying.
Now, you know, there's situations where you'll find that
if you feel like crying, you cry.
Like you're pressed so much that you want to release it, like a pressure cooker. Think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel it. It's like at the edge of your head, it's like you're about to cry. But then you remember, I'm a man. Take it back. I'm a man. Why am I crying? Yeah. Why does that happen? Because I think that men should be allowed to express their emotions. If you are in a funeral and wanted to cry because your homie passed away, cry. If you're in a situation where you feel pressured and you just wanted to lock yourself in a room and cry, do so. Because, you know, crying is relieving. Crying is very relieving, especially when you have so much bottled inside. Sometimes really? I do that. You'll find me, you don't know what's wrong, but you'll find me curled up in a corner, even in the shower and just crying.
You feel better afterwards?
Yeah, I feel better afterwards.
How many times do you cry per day?
It's not about me. It's about you guys.
No, but you are giving us advice. We are trying to. I'm trying to see
how to cry.
How many cries should I have per day?
Like, no, it's not like how many should I have per day or what. You'll find sometimes, at least even once a week, something has made me cry. Something has made me cry at least once a week.
I don't think that is good for men.
No, I'm saying that is me. That is me.
Yeah, you are a woman.
Yeah, Kenzie sometimes cries a lot. I even have panic attacks and the doc tells me, stop stressing. Yeah. Why are you crying? Why are you red? Why is your face swollen? Because I was crying. Why? Because I felt like crying.
Yeah, but as a man, for me, I'm going to speak for my case now because I can relate.
How you can relate
to this question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never found myself in a situation where I wanted to cry, and I didn't because I'm a man. Yes, I rarely cry. So maybe by design I don't cry. Yeah, I don't really cry, but I think that I do have emotion too, but I'm able to express those emotions in another way. So I don't think that and it's hard to speak for everyone because you have men who are more emotional. Because I think that me as a child when I was younger, it was easier for me to cry than now, right? Maybe because during when those were happening, someone told me, man up, or I don't know, and maybe that's why I'm not crying anymore. But I think that we should just create an environment where men are able to express themselves, the good and the bad side.
So if they want to cry, they can cry.
Why am I to jail them?
Exactly, because I've had a friend and he was way older than me. In fact, he was a teacher. He was one of my teachers. There was a time life had pushed him so much into a corner, and he had helped me before. You know, sometimes you're just squeezed in a corner and you don't know what to do. It was my first panic attack. I was crying. He walked me through it. And then now this time I realized, he gets panic attacks too. And I found him bawling. He's crying his eyes out. There was something that had really pissed him off. And now it made him question a lot. about his life, and he was crying.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh wait, yes, this is a man, an actual man. Leave alone people saying, oh, you're crying now, you're gay. No, this is an actual man. And it has gotten him to a point where he's crying. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, people should be allowed to leave our men to do what they please. If they want to cry, let them cry. If they want to go to a rage room because they are mad and break things, let them do it. If they want to come and tell you, babe, I'm squeezed at a corner, can I talk to you? Let them. Don't tell them, oh, be a man.
If they want to cheat,
Nah. Nah, you don't.
What
No.
if the emotions?
the emotion.
What
Come
if
to
the
me.
emotion? That's actually what happens. Because yeah, for sure. Yeah, for real.
This is the problem with women.
You want
It's
to,
always
No,
They-
this is
they
a
want
road.
the man wants to cheat. He cannot cheat, right?
Do not.
So he suffers. So he cries. You want him to come to cry to you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to fix the problem.
So you're crying and you're emotional because I'm not allowing
just
you to
joking.
cheat. Nah.
Yeah, but
If you're thinking of that, nah.
but the reality, Mackenzie, to be honest, to be the reality.
The reality, yeah.
Men, two things. The first thing is you as a woman, you are saying that yes, let men cry, do nanani, express their emotion. But you will tell me that you won't, I'm pretty sure that you won't be attracted by a man. You will be less attracted by a man who is too emotional.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Can you agree on that?
Too emotional is
Emotional as
understand-
you. Do you think
As-
that you are too emotional?
If your man cries
am.
once a week,
I am.
Yeah, if you're
I am not even too emotional. I'm very emotionally unstable, very fragile.
Exactly.
Anything
do
can
you
tick
want
me
a
off.
man that like that?
Of course not, but I don't want him to bottle up everything that's eating him up, you know?
Okay, so-
I want him at least to talk about it.
Is it okay if he cries once a week?
That was me. That's me
No,
crying
no,
once a
I'm
week.
not talking about
If
you.
he wants to cry, let
Yeah.
him cry. If that's his way of
If your man is emotionally stable, is he going to cry once a week?
Yeah.
course. Yeah, sometimes. Once
A week?
One time, Anthony,
Every
yeah?
Sunday.
on a timetable at 1 p.m. before we have lunch, he's in the bathroom crying.
You end up finding that guy too sweet,
Yeah.
or you are too cute.
No,
you
no,
say
that's
he's
too
too
adorable.
vanilla for you.
Yeah,
Too
that's
nice.
exactly too vanilla, too adorable.
Exactly,
for me.
that's the problem.
Exactly.
How do you expect
The
us to
truth is that
do
most
I'm
men
not
don't like
saying he
that.
should cry once a week. What I don't
But
want
he was
is
saying-
him to, if something has made him mad,
You shouldn't be
Keeps it.
mad.
Okay, what is
Yeah.
the line? How many cry per what? Per month, per day, per year?
if he wants to cry, let him do it. I'm
Okay.
not putting a timetable on his
So
emotions.
do you know that if your man followed that logic, he might hit you?
No,
Because
I'm
you
saying,
said, you said that if he feels like lying, he should lie.
Yeah.
That means if he feels like angry and he wants to beat
Yeah.
you, he should do it. It's not the same.
I'm saying,
Don't expect the men to
if you
explain.
dare do that, I'm giving you a warning. A cast iron pan to the back of
So
your
what
head.
do you want?
Oh,
so
what
what
do
do
you
you
want
want? You want
What
him
I'm
to
saying-
express his emotions.
No, that's what I'm
but
saying.
only-
You know, some men
Yeah.
are like, if something has disappointed you,
Yeah.
you just keep it in. If somebody has just
But I
mildly
understand your
angered
logic.
you,
Yeah, and I agree. Why?
keep it
Yeah.
in. If something is really emotionally disturbing you,
That's not healthy.
you just keep it in. So
Yeah.
it just eats you alive, and then you
Yeah.
get depressed. And then now I'm saying if you needed somebody to talk to, you should be allowed.
Yeah, you can talk, but crying.
Now I've
Crying
met
is
some
solving
people
nothing.
who stop crying because they're like, oh wait, I'm a man, I cannot help it. Some people have been in that situation where I do not
This is
care.
also
This
why
is
sometimes we
hurting,
don't
it's
understand
breaking my
women,
heart,
because
and
we are like,
I'll be in tears.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are
you're a
crying,
woman, it's
you are-
different.
No, I'm not saying me,
all
I'm
that,
saying a
so
man.
what now?
Ah, okay, man. Yeah, okay.
There's been that they're so hard. The situation has happened. Now it's hard.
Understand,
And
but
now they're
but
crying.
most men are wired in this society to think logically.
So we
as
blame
a
society.
man, I'm not blaming society. For me, I find that good.
Uh-huh.
Me as a man, I'm supposed to think. Let's say like 10% emotional, 90%
Logical.
That means that if I'm facing a situation, crying, after crying, what happens? I still
Yeah, you
have the
figure it
problem.
out from there.
Exactly. So I'm better saving that time.
You skip the process.
No, it's not. It's not even part of the process. I'm jumping directly on the solution part. This is how men thinks. They are not like, oh, let's cry first and then afterward we'll see.
So you guys are not going through the 5 stages of grief like we
We
do.
see that as useless
Oh my.
and pointless.
faster.
Yeah, we are faster.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Because at the end of the day, this is also why sometimes we don't understand women, because we are like, Yes, you are crying. You are doing all that. So what now? The
That
problem is still there.
That thing
Your
pisses
rent
me
is
off.
still not paid.
That thing pisses me off. If
But
I am
think-
in
I
tears
think-
and then somebody
Yeah,
tells
yeah.
me,
I think I don't agree with
why
that.
are you crying?
I don't agree with that way because I as a man, I know that women are different, right?
Yeah.
So if you, for example, you come to me with an issue, I'm going to think logically. I'm going to feel like I'm going to be like, how do we solve this? What is the step? What do we
Yeah.
do? I'm going to think very practically, right? But if you as a woman comes to me with your feelings, I'm going to be like, okay, how do I validate her feelings? How do I make her feel understood?
Yeah.
How do I make her feel like she's okay, even though she feels bad, right?
Exactly.
And then after she feels better, then we can go to the solution.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I cannot think with a woman the same way I think with a man.
Exactly.
We are different.
It's not the same.
Yeah. The same way I will not expect my woman to do to do some things for me because she's a woman. There's some things that she will not understand the same way a man will understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the way I
And
think.
speaking of how you've said that men
Yeah.
are different, how would you describe yourself as a man? If somebody was
as a
to
man.
ask you,
Yeah.
who are you, Anthony, as a man?
Well, I'm a man. I'm dark skinned.
Very dark.
Extremely.
Well, I'm black. I'm African. And yeah, I'm a human. I have my strengths. I have my weaknesses.
What are those strengths? What are those weaknesses?
My strengths? I believe I might be wrong, but I believe I have good self-awareness. So I have a good knowledge of what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. And I'm always working to better myself. Yeah. And I'm always open to learn. So these are the things I believe are my strength.
What about you, Raoul?
My strength.
Now, who are you as Raoul? As a man, who are you?
You'll find that the definition of Anthony is pretty close to mine because
You are dark?
Okay.
No, not on the exterior side because it's clear to know who is better than who
He's a fake African. He's not really black. Are you really black? Are you a black person?
who is black.
Who?
But when we call ourselves black,
Yeah.
I'm black. Are you black?
Nah,
You are a fake black.
I don't identify
we are
myself.
light-skinned black.
The gay black.
The better black.
Exactly.
The weak black.
The better version.
The upgraded version.
The
Black
upgraded-
2.0.
Exactly. That was the OOOOS.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that yeah, beside the physical part of it, I think that I'm a student, always trying to learn more and improve myself. And like I said, the definition will be pretty much the same. I think that's why we are friends. And yeah, so I know that I think the part of the logic in my way of thinking is like very big compared to the emotional side. So yeah, so
And when you take both of your answers into consideration,
Yeah.
have you ever been in a situation where, as a man, you have compared yourself to another man for whatever reason? Like you see, oh, this is a better version of
Yeah,
a person I'd want to be.
of course. How do you know you have to learn from someone if you don't know that this person is better than you?
What about in a relationship setting where you've found yourself in a situation where it's you, your partner, your wife, your girlfriend at the time, and then there's another man within the group or the situation you're in, and you're like, oh, my wife could possibly go for this guy, even if you're just suspecting. You know, women, we have those moments where we suspect each other.
Yeah.
If you start talking to our friend or what, I'm like, oh, now I see he can talk to her because she has bigger boobs, a bigger ass, or a better personality, a bigger
Okay.
smile. She's lighter than me. We start questioning everything,
Yeah.
second guessing everything. Has
Yeah.
that ever happened to you guys?
Maybe yeah, but not for the same reason. Because if as a man, I'm talking about friend. If you are talking with your friend, if you are really friend, man friend, it's hard for you to be. You are not even afraid by the fact that your wife or your friend can take your wife because you have a weakness. Because when you are talking with him, you guys are more. I'm talking about my experience. when we are talking, we are more like a solution-oriented group. So if someone is facing an issue or an interrogation, and this is also why with men, as a man, it's easier for you to kill our ego and be true to ourselves. I mean, with our friend. It's hard to do the same with women. I mean, having those type of conversation with women, because they won't necessarily relate. And with the men, it's easier to be, this is what I'm facing. This is what is happening. But if it's really your friend, you are not going to be afraid of, okay, if I'm telling you that, maybe he can steal my wife because he's better on that side than me, you know? And no one got everything. So maybe you are better on this side. Me, I'm on this side, and we are like taking from each other's.
What about your case?
I feel like if I have a friend or a man that is around my wife, and I found myself questioning if that man can steal my wife, then there's a problem with my relationship with my wife.
Yeah.
So I think it's not really that. If I find myself in that situation, then it's not that situation which is the problem. The problem is my relationship with my wife. And if it is my friend, and I find myself wondering if that friend can steal my wife, then there's a problem with the relationship with my wife, but also with my friend. That means I don't really trust him. Or I feel like he's someone who is not really trustworthy. So to me, finding yourself in that situation is just a symptom of a bigger problem.
Yeah. I'm just going to generalize, but I know it's not true for every woman, but most of the case, I think this is also why it's hard for you women to be friends. Because most of the time you will see a woman will tell you, no, I don't have many friends. I don't have, I don't want to be friends with girls anymore. Too much drama.
Yeah.
I think it's because you guys, it's a little bit hard for you. You are in one sort of competition, I think.
Yeah.
So you are afraid that, okay, this girl is now with this relationship which is stable. I'm going to take you an example. Let's say you are one girl. You are the only one in relationship in your group of 3 girls, for example. Nice guy, rich, handsome, got a black card, everything. You are going to talk about that relationship with your friend. But at some point you will be afraid because your friend will act like as they want to steal your girl. Your guy, sorry. So, but it's not the same with men. You can find those, but in general, if they are really, really friend or really, really bro, they are going to cheer for, like, really happy for you.
I think, I agree. But I think what I will slightly disagree with is, I think men compete too, but in an unhealthy way. For example,
in a different way.
If I have a friend, let's say I'm single, I have a friend, I see him with a beautiful girlfriend, right? Instead of trying to think, instead of thinking, how do I steal his girlfriend? I will be like, wow, you're good, bro. You're strong. So teach me how to do so that I will get mine.
Yeah, this is the new standard.
Exactly. So I want to be like you, but I don't need to make you be lower than me.
Yeah,
that's
it's not
the
a
difference.
zero-sum game.
We don't see it as a zero-sum game.
Yeah,
but women do.
Us, we really do. Because you'll find for our situation, let's say, for example, like how you were saying, we're in a group, right? Yes, not even just one person is dating. Let's say all of us are dating. Let's say a group of 5.
You're going to compare your man.
Yeah, you're going to compare your man from his behavior to his physical attributes with each and every one. So you'll look at them and then you're like, nah, he's more taller. Then you look at this side, nah, he's got more money. They live in a larger house. They have a better family dynamic, especially when kids are involved. You'll find some people are like, why can't my kids be like theirs now?
Yes.
Why can't my husband treat my kids the way he's treating theirs?
Yeah.
We start comparing and contrasting pros and cons once again.
Yeah.
Men don't have time for that. They are too busy hunting.
They are too busy doing a community favor.
Yeah. See, this is why that's possible.
Doing the community a favor by ensuring all women are happy. Oh my God.
Exactly. Community work. You should thank us. Say thank you.
I am not. I've been on the receiving end of it, and it's bad. It's bad. It makes us wicked, and I hate it. For you, yes, you can be mad. Yes, some people have done drastic things. For women, it turns us wicked. Spawns of hell.
Yeah.
Especially when you dedicated your life to a man, even if it was just casual dating, and then he does something as stupid as that. I feel as if I'm about to sell your soul to Hades himself.
But why do you do that? Are you so shocked?
It hurts. Because let's take an example of me, right? I said in the previous episode, I end up investing on somebody even if I don't want to. End up caring too much. It becomes my kryptonite. So you find that I look at you and then I'm like, Raoul could never be. Could never be. No matter how much somebody tells me, I'm like, perhaps that was past him. But with me, perfect angel can never be him. What do you mean he's going to cheat tomorrow? Now, what do you mean you saw him at a club somewhere? That was a lookalike, doppelganger, not him. In fact, I knew he was here and here. Even if it's his favorite bar, I'm like, nah, it's the girl's fault. So we believe until the moment, let's say, we catch you in the act. And then it's something in your mind either clicks or it clicks and you push it back behind. Because we have had situations where women, I'm like, it was a spur of the moment.
But do you think
the lady's fault? I can't even blame him. For some women, we now turn and then we are like, you know what? Girl, it wasn't your fault. It was you as the man. Why are you cheating? Now we support the girl. Why are you cheating? Why didn't you? Especially those situations where you find it's not like once or twice. This is a long-standing thing where, especially if you're married, you find that this girl is your own personal side chick, right?
Yeah.
And then this is your wife. And then when they meet,
By the
they
way, I
never
don't have
knew.
side chicks.
It could
Just
never
to
be
clarify.
Anthony.
No.
Just to be clear, could
Of
never
course.
be our Anthony. It's just a for
continue.
example, So you find that they never knew about each other. She never knew you were married. She never knew you were cheating. So when they meet, it's not now girl versus girl. We turn to you. What do you think you were doing? Why did you lie to her? And then the side chick sides. Why did you lie to your wife? And then I side with her. Why did you lie to her as well?
I was expressing my feelings.
I know
I should express my feelings.
but
I was
express it
feeling the
with
love.
find a
was
therapist.
afraid.
Express it with me. In fact,
was
take up
afraid.
puzzling.
I was afraid.
Crochet then.
Afraid.
Bungee jump.
It's not the same.
Nah, it's the same. Your fear, you'll go screaming all the way down. You'll release your emotions as you scream.
Okay.
But I cannot forgive cheating.
But okay, you cannot forgive.
Unless it's that, let's say for example, the only thing it's acceptable is like how Raoul said earlier. You come to me and then you're like, yes, I wanted an open relationship. Tell me in the beginning. Please,
Okay.
please tell
Now, Raoul
me.
is okay.
Please tell me in
No, I
the
agree
beginning.
with you 100%.
Not just down the line, some demon talks to you and then you're like, you know what? I want an open relationship and I want it one sided. Nah, I can't forgive you for that.
Yeah.
I'll also consider that as cheating.
But what if at the beginning of the relationship, right? That was not in his mind. But after he decided, okay, this is what I
People
want.
change.
But I don't want to lie to my wife. So I will tell her. So he did not tell you at the beginning, not because he wanted to lie, but just
But it
because
wasn't there.
he was too
Yeah.
busy.
At that moment,
It wasn't there.
He wasn't
was not
there.
interested
Yeah, exactly.
in
That I'd also accept. At least he communicated.
Okay.
Oh,
Because from personal experience, I've been with
That's the
somebody
same case.
who did the same.
Yeah.
okay.
We talk. Because it's not like, I'm not like those girls that, yes, it's, oh, can we be my girlfriend? Yeah. Nah, we have this thing where we vibe for a couple of months. We get to know each other. We become stupid.
Honeymoon effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
not even the honeymoon effect. Yeah, actually, it's like the honeymoon effect when people are married for the first few months.
Yeah.
You're not together, but you're just vibing. You get to know each other. You
Yeah.
get stupid. You talk however you can
Jumping
talk.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know this is not your person.
Yeah.
And then I ask you, do you want to make this exclusive? You say no.
Mm.
You see, that was communication.
Yeah.
And then when you see me almost going for somebody else because you said no, you're like, oh, wait,
Mm.
I'm pulling you back in. And then a few weeks later, I see you with somebody else. I
Yeah.
ask you, perhaps, maybe we are rushing into this. Would you want this to be a double open relationship where it's open on your end, it's open on my end?
Will you like
He's
that
like-
one, Raoul?
Is this a
What?
download issue?
Which one?
Open on the double, the both ends.
Hell no.
So you want it to be on your side alone, and then I'm exclusive to you.
I didn't know. Calm down.
Hey, he has already said it.
No,
he
wait.
has already said it.
Let him
Wait.
communicate.
Let me communicate. See, that's why we don't communicate. You assume too much.
This is not an assumption. You've already said it.
As a man, knowing who I am,
Yeah.
As Raoul.
yeah, as well, I cannot be in a relationship where it's open on the side of the wife. On my side, it's gonna be hard because even for me, it would be better to be close, you know.
But once again, could never be Raoul. Could never be him. It was just hypothetical. Maybe him in another universe.
If
Yeah,
she
but
insists, now we can see what you can do.
You can see what you can do.
you
to
can
help
see.
her.
You can.
Exactly.
To make her happy.
Is this a bank transaction? That we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, but I'm telling you for a fact, if I want it, I will say at the beginning, I want an open relationship.
But not on your end alone.
For sure, it won't be on the end of the woman.
Nah,
for sure.
Let it be double open-ended.
He doesn't
No.
want that. Hell no. He'd rather be
You
single.
asked me to communicate, right?
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth. What do you want me to do?
Okay, then we are locking it.
No.
Then you lock it. If
Why?
that's the yes, because why?
That's the reason why they lie. Because
Exactly. You say,
that's a
I want to
selfish
do the
move.
same.
That's
Me
a selfish
too.
move. Imagine if your wife came to you and then was like, you know what, babe? Let's make this marriage open. And then you're like, ooh, nice. Okay. But she's like, nah, just on my end.
I'm just going to tell you why most men won't accept that.
Mhm.
You told me before, if a woman is really in a relationship with a man, she loves that guy, right?
Most times. Uh-huh.
Most time, she won't be interested by other men, right? So, as a man, if you hear that your wife, I'm not saying that that's never happened, and no men are not forgiving this issue, but I'm saying that as a man, if you know that, you the way you are thinking is like, okay, that means that girl is not into me anymore because if she's able to open her body to someone else, that means that it's not the
She's
same.
Technically,
That's how we
it's
think.
even reminding me, I'll add something so that you can both answer. It's related to this. If you don't want the relationship to be open on both ends, what if you are part of a swinger couple?
what?
A swinger couple where it's both of you, yes, you're obsessed with each other. We get
Yeah,
it. Yes,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
love each other. We
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
But both of you want to have relations with other couples, not just an individual.
Okay.
Other couples.
That's not for me.
No, I'm saying a situation like that. Isn't
Not a
it the
couple
same?
of lesbian or
No. That's
That's a good question.
define couple?
not like an orgy or something or a threesome or something. Let's say, for example, here is Kenzie with her partner, right?
Yeah.
We're together. Everybody knows we even had a big ass wedding. We have kids. We are happy. We are married. But sexually, we wanted to invite another couple, like
So
two
a
people,
man and a woman.
man and a woman, into
Okay.
That
well,
other
that's-
man, what is he gonna do?
you swap.
Swap.
In most cases, you swap you swap
You
spouses.
see, that's why it's easier for men to cheat because
Now this is a hack of not cheating. Become a swinger couple. That means nobody's people get jealous sometimes when you're swinging, but it eliminates the whole aspect of lying, going around people, breaking people's hearts because you have chosen this couple together. And then those couple also have the same
you
relation
want the
with you.
truth. You want
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, I want
That
the
was
truth.
Okay,
Open your heart.
ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-huh.
99% of men
Don't want that.
don't want that.
Mhm.
This is what they want. If the couple that you are inviting are two girls, now you talk.
Perfect. But
You can do whatever you want.
They don't care.
I don't
Why
mind.
are they
You can
describing?
even be sitting here and you are there doing your stuff.
Even
No
if
problem.
he's not involved, it doesn't have
Yeah.
a problem. But if there's a man,
No,
that's another
it doesn't have to be
story.
there.
That is the
Yeah.
worst fantasy I've ever had. Eh? Worst. Gosh, I don't even know how to explain this. Why do you always say that? What if for women, we swap it? We say, now we want two guys. You're like, no, I won't be here because there's this other dude. What are you so afraid of? It's the same concept.
You are not afraid.
No, but then also the other one, it's gay then.
Yeah, but it's more
It's more feminine.
More acceptable.
soft.
It's more serving.
Yeah.
It's
You ask, go around the world, ask
that's true.
a couple of men and a couple of women, you will see the difference. People will tend to accept
the woman
more than a couple of gay men.
I think you don't even need to go far. Just look at the way you're greeting your girlfriends. And if you see your brother or a man greeting another man like that, how will you feel?
Yeah.
You see?
No, but it's not the same. It's not the same. That is just a normal greeting. But if that's the case, then it means you guys are the kind of people who are okay if your wife or your partner is bisexual, right?
Bisexual, but what do you mean?
She likes you
Both
as a man, but she can like another woman.
Another woman. But the man is the only man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're bi, but you're my man, yes.
That's the kind of teaching I can forgive.
Yeah, you can have like 10 girlfriend answers.
If they are women,
If you're female.
if they are female, you see, we love females so much.
We care about you.
Feminist.
Everything must do is to try to make a woman happy.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
He
Feminist.
just wants you to make another woman happy, not another man. We care about the other woman. To make her happy, we don't have a problem with that.
It's all
They don't
about
want us to
women.
be emotionally fragile alone out here. They want us to support together.
Yeah.
Girl power. That's what they're trying to say.
Exactly.
No problem. No problem.
Exactly. There's no problem. Let's do it that way.
I don't know why that's acceptable now, but because me, I don't see a difference if my partner, if he's a dude, he's bi as well.
Because you're a woman. Huh? What?
That sounded like a scene.
Come again.
Hold
She
up.
was blasphemy.
Come again, please.
I was like, hold up. Take me back. What I'm saying is, I don't find it a hassle if I'm dating a guy and he happens to be bi as well.
That's because you're a woman.
So you're meaning you are okay with that just because you're a man?
I mean, women and men are attracted to different things, right?
Now, but let's say, for example, my bisexual man,
He's gay.
nah, he's not gay.
You don't even want to admit it.
He's bi. He's not gay. He's bi.
Okay. He can go with men
And women.
and you.
Yes. But it turns out that this man is actually your homie. Let's say Anthony. For example, could never be Anthony.
Why are you polluting the set?
Now we need to clean everything. No.
It's
I don't want to be here anymore.
It was interesting when you were talking about women. We love women.
This question
We don't want men.
now the question has to be answered. If this guy was your friend, right?
Hell,
And then they tell you,
No, you have your answer.
Why?
and then they tell you, yo, let's say the wife is really, really pretty, and then they tell you, hey, my wife really wants to sleep with you. Come over. But once you come over, the guy is also there. Would you tell me that you're going to walk away?
I don't care how pretty she is. I'm not interested.
You're just going to walk. He's not part of your
No,
activities.
I don't want.
He's just there in the corner, in the dark, in a chair, doing God knows what. He's just watching.
First of all, if I see a man, I see a woman, right? And she's with a man, I'm no longer interested in that woman. So just the fact that she's already married is going to turn me off.
What if they're open?
I don't
What
care.
if they want
They'll
to
go and
invite-
open somewhere else. I'm not interested.
What if they're like, no, it's you, Anthony. It's you.
No.
Nobody
There
else.
are many Anthonys in
Nah, they say it's
Find
this one
another
specifically who is sat here.
No.
Oh my, guys, nah.
Yeah.
But I have a question. Do you think men are polygamous by nature?
They're not.
They're not.
No, they are, but a small percentage.
A small percentage.
A very tiny percentage.
Okay.
Let's say 7 out of 10
Okay, let's
end up
define.
not being polygamous.
Let's define polygamous. Is it just wanting multiple women? Oh.
Multiple wife.
Now, I take it as both. Multiple women, multiple wives.
Okay,
Basically, you're exclusive with more than one.
Okay.
so you are saying that there's a small percentage of men who wants to be
Monogamous right now in these present times.
Oh,
Okay. So you are saying that most men are polygamous by nature?
No, not by nature. I think it's now habitual.
By desire.
nature instead of nature. Because you find that, yes, in the past, people are like, ooh, it's okay. We can get married to like 4 or 5 women and
Yeah.
be good. And then now femininity came in.
Yeah.
People do not want all that. Now people are accepted to be selfish, but now men cheat because of it. Because let's say, for example, if that was in the past, let's say you cheated with A, B, C.
Yeah.
Maybe in the past, that could have been your wife 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
But now, presently, people are like, ooh,
So you think
we should throw polygamy out and now accept more love.
So you think
Yeah.
the situation we have now is better for women or for men? Because I think it's better for men.
Is it?
Yeah. Let me give
You
you
know,
an
it's
example.
beneficial on both ends, though.
On both ends?
Yeah.
No, you're
No,
you're
not
getting
the one
drama.
who's getting cheated on.
Yeah?
Yeah, we are talking about the.
No, the one who's getting cheated on.
No, I'm talking about women in
bad.
general. Is it better for women in general?
It's not
about
better for anyone in general. But if you break it down, yes, the man is getting whatever he wanted over there.
now.
Right?
So
yeah.
before it was better for women than now.
Yeah.
When polygamy was accepted.
Perhaps.
I
I
think
don't
that-
like polygamy. I don't like sharing.
I
like
think that men are enjoying more this time than
Yeah, because in the past, at least.
back in the day where
Yeah.
polygamy was possible, because they have more choice, they can do whatever they want. There's no
Men-
responsibility.
Yeah, right now
Men-
they are taking cheating as a fun activity.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fun
that's
hobby.
why sometimes I'm a bit confused when I see that women don't like polygamy. Because I feel like it is men who should not like polygamy. Because women benefit more from polygamy than
Yeah,
men.
than men.
In what
Let me
way?
give you an
Yeah,
example.
that's true.
Let's start here.
Preach.
Tell us.
60% or more, maybe even 80%, from 60 to 80% of what a man wants from a woman is sex.
True.
That's the truth from what most men,
Yeah.
right?
80%.
So, so 80%. Okay.
They are
top
not.
10 is
They are not that complicated. Trust me.
There's no boy math.
So most of what a man can gain from a woman is sex, right? In this previous society, it was like, okay, you are a man, you want sex, no problem. If you want sex from this woman, you have to take care of her. You have to
Yeah.
be responsible for
In
her.
fact, you have to marry him.
You have to-
Expensive.
that's what marriage is about, being
Yeah.
responsible, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get what you want from that lady, you have to give her what she wants, which is usually security, provision, a family, children, right? So if you want to get what you want from her, you have to give her what she truly wants, right? That's the concept of polygamy, how it was in the past. Now, men still have that 70% that they want from women, which is sex, but they can get it for free, for
Yeah.
peanuts. They can just spend a little bit of money and not have any responsibility and lie, not have to care about your
Yeah.
emotions, not have to care about what you want out of life. Just lie to you and use you basically for what he wants and forget about what you want. So that same situation is better for the man because he can get what he wants without having the burden of taking care of you.
I just have to
But
make sure
But
that.
surprising enough, most women say that they don't like polygamy when polygamy actually forces the man to take care
Because
of
we
her.
don't like to share. Do you think I'll
Okay.
meet my ideal
Okay,
sexual
okay.
partner and then I'll want to
So
share
that's why
with
they
them?
like-
Okay, if you don't like to share, right? Okay, if you don't like to share, right? If you don't like to share, why do you want a man that women want, that other women want? Because you just gave a description of your man.
Yeah.
You want a man which is rich. Most men are not rich, right?
Yeah.
But most women want a man which is rich, right? You want a man which is good looking.
6 foot.
Most men are average
Very
looking,
important.
right? Most men are average looking. But most women want a man who is good looking, right? You want a man who is emotionally stable, very stable. Most men are not very stable, but most women want men that are very stable. So by definition, you are going for a man that many women want to have. So it doesn't make sense to want a man that other women want and you don't want to share him.
No,
That's
but
selfish.
if I've gotten him, now he's mine.
That's
No.
selfish. So
No,
that means you only think about your interest instead of thinking about the interest of all of the women.
Oh, so for you,
Yeah.
you're generalizing. You're carrying us all in one basket and like, you know what? I
Okay.
got you.
I think that
I got you.
Anthony is trying to say that women, like 60 or 70% of women, are attracted by the same type
Exactly.
of guy, same
So
type
if
of
we get
dude, but
our
there are
dude,
not
we
that
share.
many.
Exactly.
So if we get our guy and my girl wants that guy, I should let him share.
What if you are the
Do whatever
other
you
girl?
want.
What if you can't find that guy and you have a girl who found the guy?
Yeah.
So you just have no guy?
Do you want to join the party?
Because
Or you prefer stay with the peasant?
That's a
broke
tricky
boy.
question. That's a tricky question.
Statistically, you're not likely to find that man.
Yeah.
Because there are few of them.
It's
so,
true.
So as time goes, you are less and less likely to find a man, right? To be the first to find him.
Yeah.
Right? So if the other women have that same mentality as you, as if you find him, you keep it only for yourself, then if other women think like you, then you are even less likely to find that man.
Then I'll stay alone.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. So if you don't want to be alone, then lower your standards.
Wow.
But
Wow. Nuh-uh.
I want to understand. I want to understand
So
something.
my only option is to share or lower my demands.
Because okay. Let's go back to another fact, right? Most men, you said it yourself. Most men, if they have the choice, they will choose to have multiple women, right?
Yeah.
The guy you want clearly has the choice. Because he has money, he's good looking, he's funny, he's emotionally stable. So he has the choice. There are multiple women who want him, including you, right?
Yeah,
So why do you think that man that has the choice, and you know that he's likely to want to take advantage of that choice he has, kill it for you, like don't have that choice as you? Is it not selfish a little bit?
It's not. I
So
should
you
be
know-
your happiness.
so you know what
I
he
should
wants?
be your peace. I should be your home.
But you know that's not how he is. Like naturally, you know that most men, they want multiple if they have the choice.
Nah, take that choice away. If that's not
Ah,
it,
you
then
want to
we
take-
make
you want to-
make it open on both ends.
Okay, if you want to take the choice away, that means you are going to go for another man who doesn't have the choice.
No. I'm saying if he wants that choice, he has two options: either take that choice away and just tolerates and stays here,
Who? The man?
or we make it open on both ends.
Okay, so why if it's open on both ends, now you are okay with it? Because you
That's a
say
good question.
first you said
Yeah.
that you don't want to share,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
So-
what I'm saying. We do some things sometimes as women that make us.
But it's not
petty.
going to make
So
you
if I
happy.
make it open on both ends,
Yeah.
I'm just, for my case, I'm doing it because I'm having fun. Let's say, for example, we are a couple, we have
Yeah.
an open relationship. People know we have an open relationship, right? Meaning, if I am with another dude, technically I'm not cheating. If I'm with another chick, technically I'm not cheating. Because
Yeah.
you're doing the exact same thing. But what I want is that you can assure me at the end of the day, this is home. Right here.
Yeah.
This is home. This is where we are. We love each other. We adore each other. Whatever we are doing is just to fulfill our lust, and that is it.
But you are not interested in the sharing.
No, but I don't want to equate like we're just open on one side.
Why?
Like Raoul's is not okay.
Okay.
Nah,
Raoul's
Raoul's
version
is
you don't
very
want.
selfish. Raoul's version is
But yours
very...
is selfish too.
No,
Let me
it's
explain
not.
why. Let me explain why. You said that you want a man who is outstanding, right?
Yeah.
You know that outstanding man want multiple women, right? You want the man who is outstanding so that he can benefit your life. But you don't want to benefit his life by giving him the choice.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
Nah, why would I
will
give
be
him the
sad.
choice and then I'm just...
What? Because you want to get only what you want, but you don't want to give him what he wants.
Nah, what if we just compromise? We open it on both ends, and then
He's already-
hopefully, his choice of happy over there just to fulfill his lust
But-
can also benefit me.
Okay, what if he's okay with that, but he said no dude? For example, there's no dude policy.
I feel like Raoul is negotiating with you.
I know.
Oh,
Raoul is like trying to find loopholes into this conversation.
I'm married.
He's trying to find loopholes into this conversation. Now,
I'm
if it's
taken.
open on both ends, yeah, and he finds a chick, and I find this chick interesting, sure.
Okay,
But
so,
if he
okay.
says, no guy,
but girls are allowed.
yeah, but then maybe I can have a guy on my own.
No.
No. What do you make out of your own?
Yes, I have a guy on my own, then we can have chicks together.
No.
No. Hell no.
You can have only
That's
girl.
haram.
Now that's haram. Now who's being selfish in this situation?
But
Tell me.
No.
who's being selfish
Let me
now?
explain why it's not
No.
necessarily selfish. Because you want a man, right? That is, you don't want a man anymore.
You want a guy.
I'm slowly changing my mind now. I'm slowly, if this is a selfish aspect that they're giving me, I'm slowly changing. Except for the Amex card guy. For the rest of you, I'm slowly changing my mind.
Because you said that I want a man that is going to have money, so he'll give me a beautiful lifestyle, right?
Yes.
He'll give me all the hobby I want, right?
Yes.
He will support me emotionally. These are all things that he's giving to you. So it's already compromising. It's already adding value to your life. What if the way he wants to be you to add value is by understanding that aspect of him and giving him the choice?
So I give him the red card. The once a month
Because
pass
he's already,
where you are allowed to
he's
cheat.
already compromising.
You see how he's knocking his head? He's like, he wants the
saying
1
yes.
month. He
I'm
wants
in
the
a
one.
discussion.
Yeah, he's engaging. He's like, I want that 1 month pass where I'm allowed to cheat. Now,
No, if I want it, I'm going to ask it.
now, basically, what I want on
Yeah.
Kenzie's
You
man.
cannot allow your man to cheat, because
No.
if you
He's
allow,
already
he's not
cheating.
cheating.
No.
If you allow, yeah. So
This is what I'm
yeah,
saying. This is Kenzie's man, right?
Yeah.
Kenzie's man is not allowed to cheat. He's not getting a pass. That's how rude of him to even request a pass. But
see? So to communicate, he's rude for communicating.
That's why they don't communicate.
So he's rude for
say how
communicating.
dare.
How dare he communicate?
I'm not done Lego building my man yet. But Kenzie's man understands that, yes, Kenzie is open to the open relationship, but on both ends. Why? Because Kenzie is saying, sure, if you're going to do this, Kenzie will also do this. And maybe if you're saying no man allowed, perhaps it's no man allowed when we are both together.
No man who has the choice will accept that.
Never.
Let me just tell you.
You know what
no man who
happened?
has that level of standard you want is going to accept
You know
that.
what happened with a guy with a black card in Colombia?
You know,
You know what
you know
happened
how
to
much
that?
demand there is for them.
It's the food. And he's not hunting anymore.
He's the prey.
People are trying to eat that guy.
Now, my black card guy will do that for me.
I'm sorry.
What-
What you don't want to give him what he wants,
Nah.
but he should do that
When you're
for
marrying
you.
somebody, you're marrying somebody who matches your freak, right?
Yeah, he can lie for you. That's
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. You're not going to find a man with that card, with that level, who is going to accept to compromise to
I
that
will.
much.
It's experimentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
experimentation.
I wish
He'll
you a happy
experiment-
ending.
Yes. He'll experiment once. I'll bring in more experiments. He brings in more experiments. It's like a huge lab, and then we
yeah.
figure it out. And then we're like, you know what? This ticks off. This doesn't. This ticks off.
Okay,
This doesn't.
so-
And
Yeah.
I wanted to
What?
wrap.
I wanted to kill the episode because now he has said that he only wants a one-sided open relationship, and Raoul could never cheat, but he wants a one-sided open
Yeah,
relationship.
but I have a last question.
Me, I had another even topic, but it's okay.
Okay. After a while, you continue on,
Yeah.
on
Okay.
the topic. You won't kill the episode now.
Oh, we won't kill it.
It's too sweet.
Knowing that the supply of men who are not lying, like Anthony and I, is really low.
Could never be both
There are
of
not
you.
that many.
Could never be both of you.
It's so sad, but and
Tragic.
the team
Tragic.
we don't like. Knowing that the supply is so low, can you expect that for you, for example, that man stop lying to girl?
Hopefully. That's a delusion.
Do you think that is realistic?
She's
it's-
the one who said delusion.
Yeah,
It's a delusion that I live with. I'm like, maybe one day I'll find a truthful man,
It doesn't matter if I'm 90, I will find.
One day.
Yeah, he will be.
Perhaps he
tired.
died in the Cold War. Perhaps he's a ghost right now. Perhaps he'll be the one haunting my house, but at least he won't lie.
Or perhaps I'll become crazy and I will believe he's here when
Exactly.
he's not.
Or I'll just lose all my senses and just believe him.
Or you just have to be a good liar.
So good.
No face, no case. Never get caught.
Could never be him. Could never be him. They just said they can never lie. And then he says no face,
How
no
do you
case.
know that he's not lying?
How do you know?
No, I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I'm hoping and praying
keep
to
hoping.
I'm hoping and praying to everything that one day my Amex card having, black card having, Hammer EV SUV pickup driver,
Oh my God.
or maybe a Ford F-150 cowboy having, he won't lie to me.
But the way you describe your man, it makes me ponder: do women truly love,
We
or do
do.
most women truly love?
We do.
Because you say my Amex man, right? by definition, if you call it your Amex man,
My Amex having.
your Amex having,
Yes.
What do you
that
love?
means you don't love him. You love him because of what he has,
No,
not
I'm
for him.
describing him the same way you describe yourself as extremely
But-
dark and African.
But but if he's your man only because he has the card, that means you only love him for the
Nah,
card.
the same way somebody would ask me, what does your man do? I'm saying my man is the CEO of something. My company having man, you know? It's
Okay.
like the same way he would
If he-
describe a chick and then he's like, ooh, you want to know about my chick? Huh? My big ass having chick? Huh? My big booty B? Huh?
No.
It's the same aspect. Huh? Why can't you, why do you guys are allowed to say that, but we are not allowed to say that?
I'm not saying you are not allowed.
Or is
Okay,
it
you
weird?
want to say something?
No, I just wanted to jump on that and say that it's not that we are not allowed.
Mm.
It's that in most cases, you are attracted to a man for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Us as a man, we are, how am I going to say that? Our list of the checklist that a woman needs to pass before entering our life is very lower compared to yours.
Exactly.
Right? So we are very, 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 very maybe kind or I don't know how to say that.
I think women are usually the ones saying that they are the emotional one, but I think men are more loving than women.
yes.
You know why? Because
True love.
you yourself, you said that you have a whole list of the criterias
Yeah.
your man must have or not have
No,
before
or not have.
not have. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Not have before being your man. And there are also things that he should have, like ambition. If he doesn't have ambition, he's
Yeah.
not your man, right? Men are very emotional in that way. Like, we don't need a reason to love you.
I've always found that suspicious.
That's
Out
because
of
you don't
the
believe
blue.
in love.
Out of
Because
the
you don't
blue.
believe in love.
9 days later, you're like, oh, Kenzie, I love you. What? We just met.
Because-
I barely remember
We
your
are
name.
not
What
like
do you mean?
you.
It's nice?
We are more
I'm
loving. But seriously, I feel like men's love is more genuine than most women's love.
Facts.
Sometimes.
No,
Sometimes.
Most of the times,
uh,
actually.
Most
Nah,
of the time.
sometimes.
Because we don't need much to love
Yeah.
you. But you have so many criteria. I'm not saying all of you, but most of you have so many criteria. It makes me wonder, is it even love?
Yeah.
Because why?
It is. You know, sometimes when we are doing that criteria, maybe you'll find that this person dated somebody and then they were canceling. They saying, next time, I want this. Next time, I want this. Next time, I want this. And then in the end, it becomes a list.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me explain to you why I don't think it is really love, right? If you have your kid, do you have a list of criteria your kids must have for you to love him?
No.
You just love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why is it not the same with your man? If it is truly love.
Because men are generic liars.
Doesn't make any sense.
She's looking for an
You
escape.
don't have an answer. And to complete what he's saying, most of the men are looking for one thing.
Yeah.
Just peace.
Just peace.
If you are giving a peace to a man, most of them gonna love you.
But most of you
Exactly.
are just confused.
What do you mean?
Most of you are just confused. Imagine a scenario where you've met a girl and then something infatuated you about her, right? Let's say you hang out. Let's say her character, her vibe during the moment. And then you're like, oh, I love this chick. And then a few months later, her true character shows because, we hide a lot.
So
And
she
then her
doesn't
true-
give you peace
She
anymore.
doesn't give
Yeah, and then
peace.
you're like,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I said,
you don't have the peace. He was
they
saying
love
that
peace.
we
yeah.
want
What
peace.
if I was
One
just
piece.
testing you at that time?
We don't care. We want the peace. If you cannot
failed
provide
the
the
test.
peace, then
Yeah.
you're out.
You failed the test.
That's the. What do you mean by test?
Sometimes we test. I test sometimes.
So you act crazy.
Nah, even initially.
You
I
act crazy.
And then I see how you
And you
handle
see-
it. I
and you-
act too fragile. I see how you handle it.
No,
And
too
then-
fragile is fine, but crazy. Like when I say crazy, I mean, for example, disrespectful.
Oh, no,
right?
no, no, no.
If that's your test, then I don't. A man who's going to accept you being disrespectful is probably a weak man.
True.
So
True. Not that type of crazy.
or maybe you find peace in fight.
in disrespect,
some
possible.
people,
yeah.
some
So it's
people
not weak,
find
just crazy.
Yeah.
peace in friendly arguments. Huh?
But that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
But yeah, and the contrast with women, like you said, you guys have like 100 pages of criteria of what you are looking for.
Yeah.
And you are, beside that, on top of that, you are comparing your men with other men around you in your family, with your friend. Men doesn't do that. If a man, the girl's ugly or not, most of the time, I'm not talking for every time, but most of the time, if that guy is having peace with this girl,
It's fine.
he won't care that his family don't like the validated girl or his friend. She's not the most pretty around his friend girl, so he won't care. He will be okay. He's just looking for that, but it's not the same with women.
Yeah. And also, but I think also something that traps a lot of women is that they have so many expectations
Yeah,
because they think they have the choice.
Too many
Like they
variables.
think they have the illusion of choice. When I say the illusion of choice, I mean they have so many men that are interested in her. But in all these men that are interested in her, 99% are interested in getting something from you. Maybe only 1% actually care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they see 100 men interested in her. She thinks, oh, I'm a celebrity, so
Yeah.
I can have all this demand. When
Of
actually,
course.
only few men are interested in you. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like that illusion of choice sometimes like it create an inflation of the ego of women.
And you see
They
that
think they are more pretty or more interesting or more desirable than they
True.
actually
True.
are. Yeah.
And you see that with social media, most of the men who are sliding in woman DM on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's just because they want something punctual. They are not looking for a wife.
Exactly.
It's very rare for a man to look for a wife on Instagram.
social media.
Exactly.
Or even Tinder for that.
Yes, even on Tinder.
But
yes.
you will see women that are on this platform, they will say, my value is so high.
Yeah.
I'm so desired. They don't desire you, they desire your body. It's different.
That's it.
It's very, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's why we
So-
say a woman can choose with who she can sleep.
But you cannot choose who is going to marry her.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus, we have no choice, apparently.
No, you have
I
a
was-
choice.
I
You have a
was-
choice, but
nah.
you don't have as much choice as you
You
think
have
you
a
do.
choice.
So I was being delusional, thinking I can choose my own man when I'm get prepared to get married.
You can choose, but the pool is not as big as you think.
Oh my.
You know what happened with the guy? He'll take the card. Like you say, you love the sound, right? You
You're
just
not the
throw
only
the
one
card.
who lost the song.
When I say
They only hear
yes,
the
Then
sound.
before I know it, I'm in a wedding gown and walking down the aisle.
So women are sliding in his DM.
Oh, jeez. Okay, but as we wrap this episode, because I haven't attacked you guys, I hope. Yeah, we have established that our men could never. What is a final thing you could say, maybe to the younger generation, especially the younger guys, something they should throw away off their minds, you know, especially when it comes to
Are you that
relationship.
old?
Yes, you are extremely old. Fossils. Fossils. To anybody older than me, I consider them a fossil. Okay.
Who told
let's
you
say-
that we are older than
Okay.
you?
So you want to marry a fossil?
Stop turning this on me, Anthony. Okay, let me paraphrase this then. People between the ages of 20 to 25, those who haven't developed their minds fully. Yes. What would you like to tell that group of people, especially when it comes to relationships, something they should really, really keep in mind?
When it comes to relationship,
Yeah.
I think whether it's women or men, I think the approach you should have with a relationship is go for the relationship for what you can provide, not for what you can get. Because the more you go for what you can get, the harder it's going the harder the relationship, the harder it's going to be for the relationship to be genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's the man or the woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a man, I am genuine with a woman and I feel like she's in the relationship for what she can get,
Yeah.
then I'm out, or I'm going to you to maybe get what I want from her and then exit. But
Yeah.
if I feel like this woman is here because for what she can provide, then I'm more likely to also have that same mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you should not be stupid. Like if you see that this person is here for what she can, if you are in the relationship for what you can provide, but you feel like the person is there for what the person can get, then run. Why are you there?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Raoul?
What I can add on top of that is that normalize the truth. Make it safe for everyone to tell you the truth,
Yeah.
so that people, make sure that seek for truth instead of trying to blame or assume. Like, make it easy for the man or the woman to tell you the truth, so that if they want to have an open relationship on both ends, like you said, you are free to say it without fearing. you know. And I think that when you guys are able to any relationship with friend, family, parents, or with your husband, I think that if you are able to tell the truth without being afraid, I think that is a big thing.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I forgot even to ask my questions I had.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can throw that into the next episode.
Okay.
If we can segue into the next episode. But thank you guys for having me. At least I got to ask questions this time and wasn't attacked. Yes, and I
We
still
are
do
very
not.
peaceful human beings.
And I
don't
still
know
do
why.
not have my Amex card having man. I still.
He's coming.
He's in Colombia right now.
He is.
They are calling him Papazito.
Hey, Papacito, I know he's on his way. Come to me, Papi. Where you at? Eh? Come to me, eh? Your corazon is waiting. Ako hapa tu. Yeah. But thank you guys for having me. And I think, should I just for once wrap up this show? You know,
Yeah,
I've never been in a situation where I wrap up a guy's
Women
show.
first.
Exactly.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you see, could never be them.
I told you we are not that many in the world.
It's just them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us here on Breaking Boundaries on this episode. I don't know if I'll be here next time, but if I will, I'll catch you guys too. It's a lovely pleasure being here as a guest. Yeah. And this is Anthony. This is Raoul. I'm Kenzie. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Tell us if you want her to come back.
Yes. Tell me. Do you want me to come back? And do you have an Amex card? Very important. Anyways, bye.